Warren Buffett, born on August 30th, 1930 in Omaha, Nebraska, USA, is an investor, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. His main investment industries are stocks and funds. Warren Buffett, known as the father of modern securities and the Oracle of Omaha, has a profound impact on investors around the world with his investment philosophy. Buffett's investment philosophy emphasizes rational investment, long-term holding, and self-discipline, which points the way for investors in the complex financial market. Due to his success in investment, Buffett is known as the stock god. Buffett had a sense of business and investment since he was a child. When he was 5 years old, he set up a stall at home to sell chewing gum. When he was 6 years old, he began to sell wholesale Coca-Cola door to door, and led his friends to the golf course to pick up golf balls, clean and organize them, and then resell them at a higher price. In 1941, at the age of 11, he bought his first stock. At the age of 13, he used his spare time to work as a newspaper boy and sell magazines, and his monthly income reached the standard income of a white-collar worker at the time. In 1945, Buffett bought a 40-acre farm for $1,200. He then set up a company with a friend and rented pinball machines to barbershop owners to earn extra money. He sold the company before going to college. In 1950, Buffett read Graham's investment book, The Intelligent Investor, and was attracted by his concept of value investing. He then was admitted to Columbia University Business School to study for a master's degree under Graham. Under Graham's guidance, Buffett gained a wealth of knowledge. In 1951, at the age of 21, Buffett received a master's degree in economics from Columbia University and graduated with the highest grade of A+. Today, Warren Buffett is a name that almost everyone knows. He is not only one of the richest people in the world, but also a legend in the investment world. With his unique investment philosophy and outstanding business acumen, Buffett has created remarkable wealth and profoundly influenced the way of thinking of countless investors. Many people believe that wealth is basically set when people reach 30, but in fact, it is quite the opposite. Most people make their wealth after the age of 30. At the age of 30, the journey of making money has just begun. Buffett is a legendary figure in the investment world, and his success is largely due to compound interest thinking. 99% of Buffett's wealth in his life was obtained after he turned 50. Since the age of 27, his investment has earned an annual compound interest of 20.5%, which fully demonstrates the importance of compound interest thinking in wealth accumulation. Buffett's secret to success lies not only in his unique understanding of investment, but also in his adherence to the think tank model of banding together for warmth and his strong support and investment in public welfare. Buffett's series of quotations have become golden sentences in the investment world. These quotations not only embody Buffett's wisdom, but also provide valuable investment inspiration for ordinary investors. Everyone has his or her own rhythm of life, no matter what age or stage of life you are in. Warren Buffett's wisdom can lead us to reshape the trajectory of our lives and achieve a leap in life. Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. After all, you only find out who is swimming naked when the tide goes out. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. I try to buy stock in businesses that are so wonderful that an idiot can run them, because sooner or later, one will. You can't make a good deal with a bad person. I don't look to jump over 7-foot bars. I look around for 1-foot bars that I can step over. The most important thing to do if you find yourself in a hole is to stop digging. Should you find yourself in a chronically leaking boat, energy devoted to changing vessels is likely to be more productive than energy devoted to patching leaks. I'm no genius, but I'm smart in spots, and I stay around those spots. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently. You only have to do a very few things right in your life so long as you don't do too many things wrong. You do things when the opportunities come along. Predicting rain doesn't count. Building arcs does. Marry the right person. It will change all kinds of things. You can't make a good deal with a bad person. It's easier to stay out of trouble than it is to get out of trouble. The market, like the Lord, helps those who help themselves. But unlike the Lord, the market does not forgive those who know not what they do. Before I make a decision, I weigh my own weight. When the market is down, you can easily sell good things at a discount. But once the market goes up, it will be very difficult to buy them back. You have to think for yourself. I am often surprised that some people with extremely high IQs are unconsciously following in the market. It is of no benefit for me to chat with these people. If you let yourself be undisciplined on the small things, you will probably be undisciplined on the large things as well. The fact that people are full of greed, fear, or folly is predictable. The sequence is not predictable. Rule 1, never lose money. Rule 2, never forget Rule 1. Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. It's better to hang out with people better than you. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours, and you'll drift in that direction. Our favorite holding period is forever. You only have to do a very few things right in your life so long as you don't do too many things wrong. If you aren't willing to own a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. You don't need to be a rocket scientist. Investing is not a game where the guy with the 160 IQ beats the guy with 130 IQ. If you buy things you do not need, soon you will have to sell things you need. The best investment you can make is in yourself. The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. If you are in the luckiest 1% of humanity, then you should think about the other 99%. That's what you should do. If you are on the wrong path, running is useless. The first investment principle: think independently and maintain inner peace. Being a good investor does not require a high IQ, but only the ability to not follow the crowd easily. Don't speculate in stocks. Buy for value. Never sell. Investors don't need to do a lot of things right. What's important is not making big mistakes. The first principle of investing is never to lose money, and the second principle is to remember the first principle. It's bullshit that people buy stocks and decide whether they made the right investment based on whether the stock price is up or down the next morning. You are not buying a stock. You are buying a part of a business. If you wouldn't want to own a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. Investing must be rational. If you can't understand it, don't do it. Starting to save money and invest early is the best habit to develop. The best deals, when you first start out, will almost always have numbers that will tell you not to buy them. Current finance courses may only help you do mediocre things. There is no formula to calculate the intrinsic value of a business. You have to really understand the business. If I had picked an insurance company or a paper company, I would put myself in the position of imagining that I had just inherited that company and that it would be the only property our family would ever own. When business was bad, we spread a rumor that our candy was an aphrodisiac, and it worked like a charm. But the rumor was a lie, and the candy was not. I never plan to make money the day after I buy stocks. When I buy stocks, I always assume that the exchange will close tomorrow and not reopen and resume trading until 5 years later. Don't invest in a business that any fool can do, because eventually a fool will do it. I would rather be vaguely right than precisely wrong. Wanting to engage in swing trading in the stock market is something that God does, not humans. In a race, if you want to come in first, you have to finish the race. When a management class that has experienced glory days meets a declining sunset industry, it is often the latter that prevails. The only value of stock forecasters is to make fortune tellers look good. A franchise business is one that can easily raise prices and increase sales and market share simply by investing a little extra money. Some companies have broad moats guarded by ferocious crocodiles and sharks. These are the companies you should invest in. We should focus on what will happen, not when it will happen. If you are a duck in a pond, and the water level rises due to heavy rain, you begin to float in the water world, but at this time you think it is you who is floating, not the pond. The definition of a great company is one that remains a great company for 25 or 30 years. If a person wants to be successful, he doesn't need to be smarter than others. He just needs to be more disciplined than others. Anyone who cannot bear a 50% drop in stock prices should not invest in stocks. When people forget the most basic common sense that 2 + 2 = 4, it is time to get out. For every investment, you should have the courage and confidence to invest more than 10% of your net worth. The reason why I can achieve today's investment success is due to my own self-discipline and the stupidity of others. Dispersion is a protection against ignorance. How much wealth you can accumulate in your life does not depend on how much money you can earn, but on how you invest your money. It is better to have money looking for people than to have people looking for money. You must know that money works for you, not you working for money. The best deals, at first, the numbers almost tell you not to buy them. Although I also live on income, my fascination with the process far exceeds the income. The market is like a big casino. Everyone else is drinking, but if you stick to drinking Coke, you'll be fine. Investors should remember that excitement and fees are their enemies. Whether others agree or disagree with you, it should not be a reason for you to do the right thing or the wrong thing. There is no need to wait until the stock price hits bottom before buying stocks. In any case, the price of the stocks you buy will definitely be lower than its true value. What is in your head that is not sorted out is called garbage. Whether I'm buying socks or stocks, I love getting high-end items when they're on sale. With enough inside information and $1 million, you could go bankrupt in just 1 year. If you want to be the best, learn from the best. The starting point of life is not important. What matters is where you arrive. If you are not fully prepared, the opportunity will slip away, even if it comes. If you've been playing for half an hour and still don't know who the rookie is, then you are. What we think about is not how to get a super high rate of return, but to always remember to never lose money. Good decisions take time. They are the result of careful consideration, not momentary impulse. Habits are so light that you can't even notice them, and so heavy that you can't get rid of them. Doing things you have never done before is called growth. Doing things you don't want to do is called change, and doing things you dare not do is called breakthrough. Life is not fair. If you change your direction, the headwind will become a tailwind. If you work hard and persevere, the dazzling sun will eventually run behind you. Working from 9 to 5 does not necessarily make you rich. Wealth is the result of cognition, not the reward of hard work. Life is like a mortgage. Youth and life are all gambled for the future and happiness. If you dare not touch the bottom, how can you see the dawn? Be sure to invest within the scope of your understanding. Life is like a snowball. As long as you find wet snow and a long slope, the snowball will roll bigger and bigger. Starting to save money and invest early is the best habit to develop. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work all your life. Protect your reputation, because it is more important than money. A partner is the biggest investment in life. Being wrong in choosing a partner will cost you a lot, not just in terms of money,